To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Hello and welcome to episode 6 of the Beyond Disney podcast. Whether you have been here before or you are listening in for the first time, welcome. I'm glad you're here. On the last episode, we went through Disneyland and explored all that Disneyland has to offer, from the Disneyland Resort to the Disney California Adventure Park. Now, in this episode, we'll be moving forward into Downtown Disney as we explore all the shops, all the restaurants, and all the fun activities that the Downtown Disney District has to offer, from resorts to transportation. Now, if you enjoyed that last episode, please consider subscribing, leave a like, and tap that bell icon so you never miss an adventure. As we begin to move forward, grab those Mickey ears, get cozy, grab a snack, and let's journey beyond Disney together. Now, in today's episode, I wanted to do something a little different, as I will normally be reading from a script as I do these episodes, just to help keep me on track with the history, and then also if I trip over my words, I can catch myself easily, just because it might be hard for me to just talk and enunciate what I want to get out and present that to you guys. But in this episode, I wanted to be a little bit more upfront and close and personal, as the Downtown Disney Shopping Center is actually more familiar to me, as I have been there multiple times on occasion. Even when I'm not visiting the Disney parks in general, sometimes I'll go over there just because I want to, see the area and just be immersed in the Disney ambiance and the surrounding area. Just because there's different shopping that is themed and tailored specifically to Disney, and you can buy all the park stuff that you normally buy in the parks there as well. And so it's a great opportunity if you really just want to go and look at all that the Disney parks are selling and all the merchandise that's available. Now, the Downtown Disney Shopping Center, as you might know, hasn't always been there. It actually opened with the expansion for Disney California Adventure, as well as the Grand Californian Hotel. Now, this area originally opened in 2001, and it has been through many different refurbishments over the years to upgrade it and also add in all the newer, more modern approaches to how they are laying out their parks. Now, though, in recent years, it has actually added a touch of nostalgia, going back to an old vintagey design, which is laid out after actually how the shopping center that was attached to the monorail station to hop onto the monorail to the Disneyland parks in the 1950s, and they're using that as a little bit of a foreplay to how it looked in the past to give you that feel as you're walking through Downtown Disney. I think that is such an excellent way to, kind of take in what the past looked like and then add it into a newer, more modernized version for guests to enjoy and to actually do a little bit of experimenting to see, hey, will this reach more people to come to our shopping center? Hey, will this be a better way to get guests to interact and also to hang out and have a good time? In recent years, though, we have seen that the park is now requiring you to pay for parking, whereas you used to come and be able to park for free. In recent years, that has changed. So if you're planning to do that, just be aware of the parking fee in order to stay for the day. Unless you want to take like an Uber, or if you're carpooling with friends, that might be a better, more effective option. Now, there are so many different shops at the Downtown Disney District, and as I was recently there in August, there have actually been a lot of shifts with the adding of the Porto's Bakery and also adding the Gordon Ramsay restaurant. Not much of a change for the shops recently, aside from what is new that I did get to experience, which is in the vintage style looking building. There's a lounge in there, a bar, a coffee shop, a food court. There's a new Marvel store that they added, and a few other cute little spots as well, which used to be in where the old AMC theaters used to be, if you know exactly what I'm talking about, which was across from the ESPN Center. And what was Rainforest Cafe, that is now the Star Wars Star Traders. ESPN Center has actually gone down the past few years. and it is currently not really in use. I know it is being remodeled for another store. I just am unsure of what that store is going to be, as I know they've used it for D23 exclusive promos, as well as ways to show off new merchandise for different celebrations, such as the 60th anniversary and the 70th anniversary. This has been a good way for them to have that space, but I'm pretty sure they're going to do something with it to make it more accessible for the guests, so it's not just an empty building anymore, but will actually be utilized. The World of Disney store is one of the biggest Disney stores currently in the USA, aside from World of Disney and Disney Springs. The two biggest there, which are actually part of the last two remaining Disney stores, which is, if you know, in recent years after COVID, around 2021, all the Disney stores that were at your local mall or shopping center began to close, aside from the Disney outlets, which you can still go to if you do have one in your state. Luckily, I do have one in my state, even though I'm not in the state the parks are in, so I can't go over there daily. It is a 30-minute drive for me, but honestly, that's not even bad. I can't even complain knowing that I have a Disney store near me. With the shops that you can explore, as you know, Shop Disney has everything categorized, but it's also limited on the shopdisney.com site. But if you're looking to shop for, you know, any merchandise, most likely you're going to be able to find it, whether that's Disneyland or Disney World, online. But a lot of these shops have exclusives, but also have the same items that you could actually pick up online on the Disney store website. So you're not really missing out if you don't get the opportunity to go to the parks. But really, I'd say go to Downtown Disney or go to Disney Springs if you find yourself in Florida or in California, just because you're going to find the ambiance makes it feel like, even though you're not in the parks, you're still in a Disney atmosphere that gives you that nostalgic feel because of the music that's playing, the smells. What you're seeing is unique to those spaces. It's not like an ordinary mall or outlet center. It is very unique and distinct to the theme parks. Disneyland is different though, because the shopping center is actually connected in a way to the Grand Californian Hotel, and across the street is the Pixar Place Hotel, which used to be Paradise Pier Hotel. And then you'll keep going straight outside past what is now Din Tai Fung, and you can get across the Disneyland Hotel. Now, just so you know, when you're walking into Downtown Disney, you're actually going to find security stations at all entrances into the shopping center. This is just to keep security up and make sure that nothing chaotic even happens in their shopping center, as they want to make sure that it is a space that is safe and secure and a place that will be easy for you to, you know, maneuver through without any incident happening, which is really important. And it's a good thing that Disney does this. It doesn't mean that you're going to have to pay to go into the shopping center. No, it means that you're going to have to go through just security lines, just to make sure that you're not bringing anything illegal in, and they can't have any reason to stop you or pull you out from being able to use the shopping center. What's also really nice is, compared to Disney Springs, as they do have their transportations from, whether that's hopping onto the Disney Skyliner, which is new recently at the Disney Springs and Disney World location, since it's not as walkable there. I mean, you can walk there, you can walk pretty much almost everywhere unless you're going to certain disclosed locations that aren't reachable through walking. That way you'll have to take either the bus or take the monorail and the Skyliner if the monorail is attached and goes to those locations. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't access it even if you're not taking the monorail or Skyliner. You'll take one of those to any resort or to a space that you'll need to then walk or catch a bus to any other location. Now, that's Disney Springs. And the reason I show you that is because I want to give you an understanding that Downtown Disney at Disneyland is so convenient, because you have an entrance from every hotel into the Downtown Disney district, and even if you're a hotel guest, you're going to have to go through the security. But what that does is it literally is connected also to the Disneyland Resort, meaning that you could walk to the parks and just sit outside the entrance and hang out, listen to the music that you can only hear in the Disney parks. And it's really nice because it's just a gateway that unlocks your imagination. Even if you're not going to go to the parks, you could still watch the fireworks at night just from outside. You won't be able to hear the music, but still, they have music playing outside, so it's really just going to add more to it. And every year, whether that's a celebration, they do something different and unique with the Esplanade, which is right now, the 70th, they have a big little round circle kind of, I guess I want to say like a fountain structure, like a monument structure, whatever. And it has just all the Disney characters, and it's a really pretty just display for you to look at. Right in the center, as you're either making your way to California Adventure or you're making your way to Disneyland. Another store though that I want to touch on is the Home Disney store. This store has all your home essentials, so if you're looking to get any kitchen-inspired Disney stuff, or you're looking to get any mugs or any pillows or blankets, you're going to go here because this is going to have all of it in display. Now, the World of Disney store also has it, and then a bunch of shops in the parks also have that. But if you don't want to carry them during your day in the parks, I suggest going to downtown Disney, going to these stores, and just picking up whatever you need after your day at the parks, so that actually you can take it to the resort, leave it there, or take it to your hotel, which is going to be actually very accessible because the Disney neighborhood hotels are more convenient, cheaper, if you're not wanting to pay the extra price for having the full Disney experience in the Disneyland hotel. I definitely recommend going and staying in a neighborhood hotel. My family, we've recently always stayed in the Howard Johnson, which is a really nice one. Mimi's Cafe is a really great breakfast place if you really want to, start your day eating breakfast and then go to the parks. But I mean, you're gonna find yourself rushing anyways, so it's all up to you and how fast you want to go and how slow you guys might be, depending on your party size. Now, if you're looking to get your Star Wars fix or your Marvel, there are two separate stores. Like I mentioned, there's the Marvel store. There's also the Star Wars Galactic Traders. In both of those, you're going to find the merch that is exclusive to the Marvel Land, and also the Star Wars merch that is exclusive to the Galaxy's Edge Land. So again, if you want to pick up merch that you can't get inside the park because you're not going that day, or you're not going to go in the time that you're in California, then these are great spots to go to get your fix. You can get the lightsabers that you'd be able to buy in the store. You'll be able to get the artwork. You'll be able to get majority of the merch in this store. And it's great because if you are looking to, again, like I said, wait while you're there and you saw something in the parks that you wanted, or let's say you want to go to Downtown Disney before you go to the parks, just get a layout and then buy your stuff in the parks. Now, not many people choose to do that just because you're going to be walking around all day. And you're going to be riding rides, so you're not going to have a lot of place to store your stuff. Next, I want to talk about the ambiance. Now, I already mentioned how Disney makes it immersive, where you're going to hear Disney theme park ride music, like the original ride music, like let's say Soar, and you walk into the security, or you're going to listen to Married Life from Up that is playing on Main Street as you walk in. And whether that's It's a Small World, or that's the Indiana Jones theme, all of it is going to be playing to immerse you as you walk onto the grounds. And that means that you will already be immersed. Like, you're going to feel like you're already in Disneyland, even if you're not going to Disneyland. It is such a great feeling. And honestly, it is one of Disney's smartest moves, in my opinion, because what they did is they made it feel like you could still go to Disney even if you're not going to Disney parks, without doing the rides or without doing the normal stuff that you do on your vacation or Disney vacation, so that you could just visit and see. You can walk through the Disney hotels, you can go through the lobbies, you can shop in the shops. All of this is accessible to guests who might not even be staying on the property. They do this because they want to actually encourage you and actually maybe get you to stay on their property, so that you don't feel like you're missing out of what the magic has to offer. Now, currently there are only two forms of transportation from the parking garage into the Downtown Disney and to the Disneyland Resort, and those are what include the tram and the monorail. They don't have any bus system anymore like they used to have the Magical Express at Disneyland, like they do at Disney World. That was just removed because it cost them too much to do to offer that, and not many people, because of the expenses you would be paying extra to do the buses, that it would cost guests coming from the airport to their resorts. Now, like I mentioned, there are many restaurants, many shops that you can go to at Downtown Disney, which is very accessible to all the guests that are staying, either on property or maybe at a Disney neighborhood hotel, which I'll get to in a little bit. And these restaurants vary from, dine-in to takeout or fast serve. And a lot of it you're going to be able to find, in other states, at your local malls or local shopping centers, and it'll feel very just fresh, but you're also going to see some stuff that is not offered. And of course, don't forget, you'll be able to get your churro, as that's a Disney classic, and you'll also be able to pick up some beignets. Now, they're not going to be Mickey shaped like the ones in the park at New Orleans Square, but they're still going to be really, really good beignets. You'll be able to pick up a coffee at Starbucks or another spot down the ways. And there's just plenty of offerings at the Downtown Disney District. Now, those Disney neighborhood hotels are resorts that opened next to the parks as a way to get more guests and more people to come. Disney opened the property for them to partner with these companies and partner with them so that they could also benefit from having them there and pulling in more crowds. Overall, if you're planning to make Disneyland a stop on your next California adventure, then definitely check out those neighborhood resorts, as they will be comparatively cheaper in many ways. Now, personally, I'm a bit biased because I've gone to Disneyland and the Downtown Disney District separate times, many, many times on occasion, as I'm down in California. So I'm always going to be a little bit more biased and say that Downtown Disney is my favorite Disney shopping center. It's condensed, it's tight, it's nice, has everything that you could want from a shopping center that is Disneyfied. But either way, whatever makes you feel like you're at home or you really are excited or happy, then that's the important part about the Disney magic. And so whether that's Downtown Disney or Disney Springs, you're going to find whatever you want at each space. I hope you enjoyed today's episode as we dived into the Downtown Disney District, finishing off our Disneyland-focused location episode on the Disney parks. And now, in the next episode, we're going to make our way over to Florida, exploring Disney Springs, all the resorts, and the 4 major theme parks, as well as the 2 water parks over in Orlando. Thank you for joining us today in this episode. I hope you enjoyed hearing my own personal experience at Downtown Disney, as well as offering you insight into what you can do on your next visit. As always, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment, and tap that bell icon so that you never miss an episode. Thank you for joining us. There's still so much wonder left to uncover as we continue to explore the stories, the history, and the heart of Disney. Until next time, let's keep dreaming, keep creating, and keep moving forward into that great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
With the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world. Thank you.